Talk about what this year has been like for you from getting engaged to now.
It has definitely been up and down. Currently, right now, it is literally like, what is happening? Like, why can't I just move on and walk away peacefully, like a normal person? So that has been challenging to navigate through. But I know my truth. And so I constantly remind myself of my truth. And that just literally gives me the energy that I need to continue to go on every day. So, anyways, yep, I'm just really just being myself.
Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room really fast, because he said some things yesterday while he was on Wendy that aired. Did you see the episode? How did you respond to that?
I didn't respond. I'm not going to respond. Of course, I saw it. Everyone tagged me in it. And I'm just going to allow Lamar, his narrative to be his narrative. Like, I literally have no intention to respond to it.
She's a hurt woman. She has a lot of problems that I don't think any one of us can help her with. She probably needs therapy.
I don't want to make you respond to it, but I do think there was a claim that perhaps you might want to clear up, because he did make the claim that you slept with Tristan, or insinuated in some way, him and Wendy.
I'm not clearing up any claims.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever his narrative is, I'm going to allow him to have that narrative, and I stand firm on that.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, if people continue to watch me and watch him, they'll be able to see what's true and what's not, and what matters and what doesn't matter. And for me, it's counterproductive to clear up anything. And that's for all aspects, for all subjects.
Well, last thing with regard to that interview, he did try and say that perhaps he was saying those things because you insinuated that he was back on drugs, and the things that you had said about him. So he tried to justify, I guess, why he was saying that to Wendy, because she was also shocked. Like, come on, Lamar, be nice. And so he tried to justify it by saying that it was because you made that claim.
Yeah, and I don't really know when I made that claim either. I never said Lamar was on drugs. Until this day, I still have not said that. I never did. I also saw him do a post saying that I went on Wendy Williams saying something about him. That also never happened. So this is why I can't clear up something that those things never happened. So you can't make a justification on things that never existed. It's counterproductive for me. I don't have a desire to clear anything up. I don't even have, I can say I didn't say that because I didn't say that. Can it be proven that I said that? Where did I say that at? Now, if there was a quote or something and you felt something about that quote, that's on you. That's not on me.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I say Lamar Odom is on drugs or Lamar Odom is broke or whatever, I didn't say it. Every quote I post, which I'll continue to do that because it's what people do on social media, and I post things that are relative to me. Everything can't be about Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
And if he feels that way, he's going to be forever justifying and defending himself, and this is my stance on it. If you feel like you didn't do something, just let it go. Like, why do you feel like you have to clarify everything that you feel like was said? Obviously him and I operate differently in that. I have no desire to clear up anything that someone said about me. I don't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How did we get here then? Because we do see in the episode and the clips that I see that you guys are very happy. There's even a reality show that came out and you posted about it. And it shows your whole love story, so how did we get here?
It's very real.
Yeah.
We just had different lifestyles and it didn't work out. Just some decisions had to be made. And I just truly thought that it was best, and obviously he did too, for us to be separated. And how we got to this point with all of this mess, I am very unsure.
So you didn't see any of this. This was not the Lamar you knew during those happy times, obviously.
Lamar is not confrontational whatsoever. He just avoids it. He's not messy. And so I don't know. I haven't spoken to him about any of this. I haven't reached out to him. I have no desire to. I don't have any questions to ask him. So I may not ever know, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with continuing to move forward without having those answers. But this is not the Lamar that I know. No.
Well, people will get to see your love story. So talk about filming that. When did you guys film that? And why did you guys say yes to doing it?
Well, it wasn't about our love story. It was about a story of my life. That's behind every man is literally showcasing this life story of the women that are behind, certain men. And so they touch on our story a little bit, obviously, because it's a part of my life. And so when they reached out to me, I was very excited to do it because, I think I have an amazing story. I think it's very impactful and I know it's going to help change lives. And so, I was excited for the opportunity. But, it was just a no-brainer to do it. And then at that time, of course, Lamar supported me. He had always said, I think he even says on the show, you're a star and you're going to do great things. And it's just the starting point for that. So we were on one accord when we were filming this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that long ago. It was literally this fall.
Now, in the episode, or the clips that I see, we see the engagement. And you talk about how he surprised you with the ring, and it still brings a smile to your face because it does seem like, yeah, it was a beautiful time. Walk us through that. Like how, what happened?
Well, I think I talk about the actual engagement in the show, so everyone will get to see that. But it was just him and I, in Miami, the two of us. When he proposed to me, we later went out to celebrate with Nene and Greg. But I was shocked because it was just unexpected in that moment. I kind of thought that since I knew we were filming a reality show, I assumed it was probably going to happen when the cameras were around so it could be captured. And so since there weren't any cameras and we weren't filming at the time, I was just totally caught off guard. And we were actually in Miami. He was there supporting me. I was doing a speaking event at one of Nene's Ladies of Success event. And he was just really there supporting me. So it literally was just not like in my mind at all that this is the moment that this is going to happen, while he's just here supporting me. So, but it was a very beautiful moment and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah. And it was a beautiful ring. Beautiful ring. You still have it?
No, I don't have the ring anymore.
You gave it back?
No, I did not give it back.
Okay.
He hasn't asked for the ring though. I think if he would have asked for it, I would have given it back. But he didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I just no longer needed to hold on to it.
Okay, I gotcha. So what is date? I mean, I'm sure you got men in your DMs. I'm sure you've got people in your comments that are trying to get up to par. Are you ready to get back into the dating world, or are you kind of just taking a pause?
I go up and down with it, to be honest. Like there are some moments when I'm ready to explore meeting new people, getting to know new people. And then things like this happen on social media. And then I'm just like, there's no way I can really navigate in this space with a new person with so much being said. And, it's just a lot to address with someone else, whether they're from my past or someone new. And it's still like this chapter hasn't closed because it's so much going on. Like every day I have to talk about Lamar.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like I'm trying to close this chapter, I really want to move forward with my life without Lamar. And it's hard to do that when, I'm constantly having to be in conversation about it. So that makes it hard, but it's also like, because it's still very fresh and that chapter isn't closed, emotionally, I'm not ready to be anything more than a friend to any guy.
Yeah.
So that season will come. And then I have so much personally going on, just with my brand, new businesses, just the shows, marketing, running my team. I've expanded my team a lot. Just day to day, it's so much to do. I would literally have to be making time for a new man, and navigating in that space. So, I do have friends, I do have people that I'm getting to know. It's very, it's very innocent at this point. Really taking my time. I've learned a lot in my relationship with Lamar that you really have to take time to get to know who people are. Just the first few months, it's just not enough time to know who they are, who they can be. You could have never told me that Lamar would ever have been this disrespectful. Whether things were true or not, like just saying them out loud is just really disrespectful, just not even to me, to my kids, to my family members, to all of my friends that were involved in our relationship. Like, a lot of people are kind of hurt by certain statements. And so you could have never thought like he's capable of this, but it obviously means I didn't spend enough time like really getting to know him and what he's capable of. And so now moving forward, like I really want to spend more time with that.
Yeah. You guys seemed inseparable though. I mean, from the moment that we learned that you guys were together, I saw, we saw you guys together all the time when he was on Dancing with the Stars. Like there was constantly like you two together, you two together. So it seemed like you guys were together a lot. And you still feel like there were just things that you just didn't know or it was still too fast.
Well, I'm not going to say it was too fast. I just think that things that needed to be addressed early on weren't addressed fast enough, and this whole breakup thing, it was what was needed. It was what was best because like I said, we had two different lifestyles and, the reality just may be that he just may need something else. And I truly hope that he finds that, like, even through all of this, like, I really want to see Lamar do well. Like, I know he really desires to be married and have a family. He really wants twin boys. I really hope he gets that. Like, I know that would dream come true. I really hope he salvages the relationship with his current kids. Like, I hope all of that gets better for him so that in his late 40s and 50s, like, he can really live, and flourish in life. Like, nothing he does will make me not feel that way about him.
I saw something too, because the ex baby's mother is on Basketball Wives, and there was some chatter that there was a rift between the two of you. Is that correct or no?
No, I mean, I think that, she has her reservations with anything Lamar does because she's been around so long and she has children with him. Respectfully so. But, me and Liza have talked many times on the phone. It's been times I call her directly to organize things for the kids. I planned a party for Lamar, reached out to her to get permission for the kids to come. She allowed that. They came, so if there was the issues, I really wasn't aware of them.
Yeah. If he were to apologize, call you and be like, on bended knee and want you back, would you give him another shot?
It's funny that you say that because I think the assumption is that he has not called me. And people are just assuming because of what he's doing and saying that there's no way he's trying to communicate with the girl, so but the answer is no. I literally have no desire. So
he is reaching out. He is pretty much reaching out is what I'm hearing you say, and you aren't interested.
What I'm saying is, like, the assumptions are not always accurate. Like, what I am allowing Lamar's narrative to be the narrative, because I'm trying to get out of this back and forth. And I can take the hits. These hits he's giving me, I can take them, but I think it will prolong the more I say and the more I discuss the issue.
Yeah.
But so I think the assumption is that he's not, people can think whatever they want, but if he did do that, there is nothing that can change my mind in regards to Lamar. He is showing who he really is right now and how he feels about me. And I want to leave it with that. Like, you're as good as your last play. So his last play, which I heard today, the things he said about me, I want him to hold on to that and move forward with those beliefs. I don't really think you can even come back from the things that he has said. I'm just being honest. I have no desire to revisit this situation with Lamar. I really would love to see him happy with the type of woman that is best for him.
Yeah. There are people when you guys were having a back and forth, and it happens sometimes, right? Like things happen, people take it to social media, but people were slightly critical of that. What do you have to say to people who felt like you guys brought your business to the public, so to speak?
I mean, it's very hard Lamar is a very public figure. It's hard to date him without being in the public, and if I dated any guy, just like regular people do, they share their relationships on their social media platforms. It's what they do. My friends do it, you know, that no one knows. It's normal. It's your page. You're sharing your content. You're sharing parts of your life that you want people to see. I think they make it seem like it's only being shared because he's a celebrity or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I would share anyone that I dated, you know, if we got to that point, that level of commitment and level of seriousness. And then also because Lamar was the first person to put me out there, like he introduced me to the world, I kind of just followed suit, you know, and just said, okay, I guess this is what we're doing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we're sharing our relationship to the world. And I really thought, you know, our relationship was very powerful. You know, I thought that we, you know, crossed some barriers and like really overcame some things that I know people in other relationships struggle with, that I felt like we can really help people. Like we can really change people's perspectives and help people get free and get out of bondage, which is another reason why I was okay with sharing parts of my journey.
Mm-hmm.
But it just didn't last, you know, we weren't able to sustain it. So now it just looks like, see, you should have never, you know, I don't regret sharing it though, because
Yeah.
I still believe that parts of our journey and our relationship did help some other people,
Yeah.
whether good or bad, to know what to do or to know what not to do. Because the relationship was not all bad. It was not at all. Like, it was a great season of my life. I enjoyed Lamar. You know, I love that I met him. I love that we got together. I love that it got as far as it did. It's unfortunate that it ended, and I do not regret it at all.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything bad about him. Like, I have nothing negative to say.
You better go, Michelle Obama. They go low, you go high. I
I
love that.
mean, it's really true though. Like,
Yeah.
it's counterproductive for me to speak negatively about someone that I was going to marry.